Welcome to the Lone Chemist Podcast.
Let's go.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to a live edition of the Lone Chemist Podcast. This is episode 13.
13, wow. I feel like that's an unlucky number.
Well, it's not on a Friday. It's on a Thursday, so
We're
I think
close,
okay.
though.
We are close. We are close. So, as you can tell by the douchey fade and really scraggly scruff on the right side of the screen, my name is Johnny. I'm the Lone Chemist, and I have here the one, the only, the Snyder triggering fan, Alex from HiTop Films. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. Let me tweet this out. I want to get people.
Oh yeah. Tweet that shit. I'll send you the the link right now.
Oh, no, I see us. I'm just on YouTube right now. I see us live. I'm watching. Someone said, yo. People are like, yo.
Yeah, Jack and Cellohead, they're my loyal supporters, you know.
Oh, nice. How you guys doing?
Yeah, they doing good, man. All right, so what is going on with you today, Alex? How's tricks? How's everything with the YouTube? Yeah, I noticed you dropped your Halloween Hootenanny. That was pretty funny.
And it bombed. But you watched it and liked it.
Yeah, I do. Of course I like that. I'm a patron, man. Like fucking, I'm invested in this shit now.
Oh, nice. Hold on 1 second. I am just tweeting this out and tagging you. I'm trying to multitask. Hold on.
No,
Don't
go
make
ahead.
fun of me.
No, we can chill for a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Cool. 1 sec. Let's hope I fucking link the right thing and not porn. That'd be embarrassing. Cool. Yeah. It's good.
Get a peek into the fucked up mind of Alex Hunter.
Yeah, that's a very fucked up mind. Okay, cool. I have the live chat. And wait, hold on. Let me get the live chat here. Okay, we're good to go.
Are we good?
I am perfect.
All right, sweet. Yeah, just make sure you pull that shit up with the chat. Make sure we can, actually monitor ourselves. So dude, what is going on with you, bro?
Right now I'm working on a Titans video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Everyone's been asking for my opinion, and I've been coy about my opinion in general, just because I want to keep it a surprise. But look out for that video. Those of you who are watching, it's gonna be a fun one. It's possibly gonna be the longest video on the channel.
So usually I think your longest one's like 15, 16 minutes, something like that? 16
minutes.
Something
this
like
one,
that.
I think this one may cross 20, but I always cut myself down. I cut out a lot in every video. There's a lot. I should upload that to Patreon. That'd be fun. Just some extra things that got cut, like jokes.
Word, dude. Yeah, no, I have a running gag going. So I'm just finishing up my third or fourth video essay. I forgot what number it is, but I have a running thing at the end of the stream where it's me bleeping out all the time to say fuck whenever I mess up my voiceovers and shit.
Oh, so. Yeah, dude. There's probably footage of me just screaming at myself, Alex, go fuck yourself, you useless pile of shit. That's just I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, is today a voiceover day? Shit.
Yeah, you cry in the corner a little bit and put on Simon and Garfunkel Sound of Silence. So you're yeah.
Play some Frank Sinatra and I just cry myself to sleep.
Yeah, you put up. What's the saddest Frank Sinatra song?
Oh man. Under Your Skin is not sad, but that's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one for sure.
What do you think is the saddest one? That's a good question.
I mean, My Way is probably a default because it's at the end of someone's life, they're saying I did it my way, no matter if you like it or not.
Yeah,
but also,
I like it.
But it's a badass song though.
It's fuck you. I did everything on me. I'm Frank Sinatra. Fuck off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that one's good. My favorite song is probably Summer Wind by Frank Sinatra. I'm a big fan of that one.
I don't think I've heard that one. I probably have, but
what?
I don't. Dude, I'm a very fucking weird when it comes to music. I've heard very select things. I need to just dive in.
Wait. So what's your? If you had to pick one band you keep going back to, what would you pick?
Oh my god, man! It's not bands for me. It's songs. If I had to go back to one musician in general, Danny Elfman has been my life, my entire life, just listening to score music. I'm a big score guy.
Oh, for sure. I listen to the Inception score a bunch.
Hans,
Hans is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, Elfman is like just a badass with composing. I mean, like in my opinion, there's only been one Batman theme, and it's his. Like,
yeah. That's in his opinion too. There's only been one Batman theme.
Yeah,
so.
which sounded a little pretentious, like when he
said it.
Yeah, when he said it, but like it was fun. But like, so if you had to pick like a band or artist or whatever, what would you pick?
A band, man. I like Cage. I think I've told you that before. I like Cage the Elephant.
Yeah, Cage the Elephant. Come a little closer to his jam for sure.
I like Trouble. I like them all. I like all their songs, but I don't know, man. What's like my go-to? It's score music. I'm gonna settle with score music, or it's oldies. Just like hit an oldies playlist up, like fucking Angel Baby, which was in my script I just wrote, and My Way, and just everything. I write to old music. I just feel like it puts you in the writing mood.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you probably came your pants when you heard the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Oh yes, dude. That's probably why. Because how old was I when that came out? Like 15. That was probably like the big influence of like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
old musics.
Dude, it's like they played songs that like I knew about, but I didn't really actually like grasp how awesome they were. Like Redbone, Come Get Your Love. My parents played that all the time. And like yeah. I hear it in a song, like I hear it in a movie rather. It was just like awesome. And seeing Chris Pratt dance around like killing little lizards and shit. And yeah,
Rip James Gunn.
Well, we'll get to that in a little bit before I get too heated. I want to finish my beer first, but actually no, you're 19. Drinking is bad.
Yeah, I can't. Sorry.
But yeah, man. So I saw A Star Is Born finally.
Oh, what'd you think?
I really, really liked it. I think I agree with what you said about like the pacing stuff being kind of wonky, but
the beginning's like phenomenal.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And the performance that Bradley Cooper gave was fantastic. Like he's just honestly, Gaga too was like fucking sweet. Like
Cooper was so good though.
Yeah, he was.
Gaga was great. Unexpectedly great, but like Cooper, you always expect to be great because he's Bradley Cooper. But like he was directing, I think he wrote it. He definitely wrote it. I don't know if he wrote it by himself, but he definitely wrote part of it. And he's just great. What a guy.
Yeah, dude, like apparently he was trying to get this movie made for like such a long time. And like the fact that he finally got it made is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and it made a bunch of money. So
it did, yeah, for a fucking like romantic movie.
The Gaga fans showed up.
Oh, for sure. What's so Bieber has Beliebers. There's some weird name for Gaga fans that I'm kind of forgetting right now, but like
I have no idea.
I was trying to make a meme about that, but I guess it didn't work. So
my favorite like fan meme is Cumber Bitches for Benedict Cumberbatch is the best one. That's a real one too. He's aware of it. That's like the go-to one.
I mean, first of all, he's a fantastic actor. I'm not throwing any shade at him. He does have the most pretentious name of all time. Like, he just does.
Benedict Cumberbatch. He comes from a family of actors, so it makes sense. But
Benedict Cumberbatch from Oxford University.
Just sounds fucking important.
Dude, honestly, I think that, like, just having that last name and first name in order with each other is probably, like, adding 6 points to your IQ. I think just, like, out of the womb.
You just come out, you're smarter. He'll be named Benedict. The name Benedict, first of all.
Yeah. Like, if you compare me, I'm Johnny Varellas. I sound like I'm a sideshow freak with a fucking Greek haircut, but like fucking
you sound like you should be in Goodfellas, man.
That's what everyone tells me, dude.
The
like,
Goodfellas name. Everyone
says I either am Italian or Spanish because like Varellas is like apparently like a Spanish sounding name.
Yeah, but that's I feel when you tell me your name, I feel like it's definitely like a Scorsese movie character.
Did you imagine me like coming on the podcast with like a fucking like pack of Marb Reds, like slick back hair, leather jacket and shit?
No, when you first hit me up, that's a funny story. I wanted to make sure that you weren't like 2 years old because I had no idea because you said the Logan Campus, so I looked at it and was like, oh, this guy's legit, because I get a lot of like fans that just want to chat. And like, of course, I love to chat with people, but I just want to make sure it wasn't just going to be me sitting there, leading the conversation. But you're dope. You're dank.
Oh, wow. Well, if people watching right now, I do use dank quite incessantly for people who watch from the Secret Podcast, and I was making a joke with Alex today over text. I've corrupted your vocabulary.
My vocabulary. So I only exclusively say dank and fuck now in that order.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm not being a good role model for the youth.
Good role model, yeah, I know. I'm so damn young.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, the Secret Podcast is probably like why I like got in contact with you in the first place. Actually, no. Well, reverse that. So like I hit you up on one of your like surveys I think you put out on YouTube, like on one of your things, like you were posting like something about the Guardians of the Galaxy video that I like. So I said like, starting a podcast, like come on if you want. And then like you came on, and then you tweeted out my Thanos video essay that I made a couple weeks ago. And then like the guy who saw that, it's like, hey, I saw Alex tweeted this out. You want to come on? And then, I'm just making dank memes with, 3 people every single week.
You got a cartoon made of you, man. You made it.
How
man.
accurate is that shit, by the way?
Dude, that was great. It was perfect. I laughed.
Like the shape of my head, the fucking huge nose, the eyebrows, like to a T, like nailed me. That honestly, like I'm kind of scared that guy knows what I look like so well, because like I feel like he can do some identity theft shit.
Wait, was it one of the guys?
No. So basically,
they have a guy.
So there's a fan of the show that like apparently is just a absurd graphic artist, and like
nice.
Made. So if you look at their banner on their channel, it's 3 of the cartoon guys, and then they're adding me because I'm a 4th guy. So
yeah,
they told him to make one, and it's pretty astoundingly accurate, to be honest with you.
Dude, I tell him to make one of me. I can't pay for it, but if he feels like it, I'd love like a little meme of me to throw around, a little cartoon me.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can like what's the guy on YouTube that has the little like cartoon version of himself? I forget.
Oh my god, everybody.
Yeah, I hate everything's one of them, but he has like.
Let me explain. I know that guy. He's cool. Arturo. Yeah, he has one. Yeah, let me explain guy, the little cartoon.
Yeah, but like have that instead of like you pop up like in the last part of the video, like, hey guys, it's Alex.
Yeah, I did. Have you watched my Teen Titans video? That's the controversial one.
Dude, I told you in the first podcast, I was a big fan of that video. Yeah.
Fuck, yeah. You like that one. Shit, man. I forget my own videos, dude. I literally do. People will be like, oh, I love that video. I'll be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, like you didn't hold anything back in that video. You actually like told like a visual story and like actually had some filmmaking elements and stuff, which I was a big fan of. I don't know why people like you said they got some hate for that video. Like why?
I think it's just because I made the little cartoon me say things like cock liquor and shit, just stuff like absurd, grotesque swear words to empathize. Fucking can't speak right now to make the cartoon seem crazy.
But like that's kind of like charming in a way. It's like funny shit. Like
I thought it's funny. I think it's funny.
I think it's funny. Like I laugh my ass. Well, I was in the lab and I heard that come up in my fucking news feed and I watched that and I was like hilarious. Like
I'm glad.
It's like we can be as mature as we want, but like I mean I do enjoy an occasional dank meme if you don't know me by now, but like but yeah, like that shitty cartoon stuff, like that's fucking hilarious. That's like South Park era stuff.
Dude, I think it's funny. I think just cartoons saying fuck are so funny. I have such a basic sense of humor, but that shit gets me.
So you're a South Park fan?
Yeah, man. Back in high school when I was in 10th grade. Back in high school, so long ago. when I was in 10th grade, I binged like all of South Park, but I could not. Like you could throw me a reference, and I know like screw you guys, I'm going home and shit like that. I know Cartman jokes, but it's like one of those shows I background watched and laughed at. Like while I did homework. I'm not a real fan. I'm a fake fan.
Yeah, but dude, it's so good. Like even like their more lackluster seasons, like when fucking I think it was like 2016 when like Trump was like being like Trump and Hillary were like doing the election thing. Like they had this whole storyline in place where like it was gonna be like some grand conspiracy, but like they had these things called member berries. Did you hear about that?
No.
So like it was like the personification of like nostalgia in real life, where like it was like, like remember back then when we did that? Oh, I remember that. It's fantastic. Remember Africa by Toto? Oh, it's a great song.
Dude, that's spot on.
No, it was. Thank you. No, I told you impressions are
your thing. Yeah,
are like one of the only things I'm fucking good at.
Let me give you a pop quiz. Do Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born right now.
I can't do that. It's too like.
You need to go like chain smoke a pack of cigarettes. Before I
can too raspy. Yeah, but I mean, I can do Batman because I've practiced so many times. But I'd spend a little time doing the Bradley Cooper thing for sure. I can do Bane pretty well though.
Oh, do it, man, do it.
What line should I do? Fucking.
What the heck is one of someone's season that? But they're throwing him out of the plane.
Dude, that's pretty good. That's spot on. That's good. I love that.
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is the plan. No one can do I want the life on the Mars.
Have you seen Bane Cat?
No.
Dude, stop the podcast. Go watch it right now.
Wait. Bane Cat? Is it a YouTube video? I'll put it in my tab. Yeah.
Yeah. Save it. It's like there's a series, man. It's so funny. Well, I mean, it was funny when I watched it like 4 years ago. It may not be funny now, but it was funny to me then.
I'm sure it'll be funny to me. I'm, Daryl, like you are.
I'm reading these. Have you guys seen Bohemian Rhapsody? Yeah, it sucked.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
asked
Yeah, the chat. Yeah, we're definitely going to gonna talk to the chat and stuff. But yes, Bohemian Rhapsody. Rami Malek was fantastic, and he really embodied Freddie Mercury very, very well. But it was the most by the books fucking puff piece biopic I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just like.
It was just an excuse to play like the hits, the Queen hits. And if I wanted to go listen, I would just listen to the best of Queen on like Spotify.
Yeah, dude, it felt like a greatest hits album set to a movie. Like it's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to be like complimenting the other way around. But like this movie just was like the biggest puff piece ever. And I'm fine with the puff piece if it's actually like has something to say. Like
it had nothing. It had absolutely no point to it at all.
Yeah, like the only draw they had was like the drama behind the scenes of Bryan Singer and the fact that Rami Malek was giving a really eccentric performance. That's much all they had going for them. The script was terrible. Like, ugh.
I wonder if Rami Malek didn't read the script. I wonder if he signed on because he saw like, oh, Bryan Singer's made some quality films, even though he's like a fucking pervert. But he's made some quality films and like, oh, I can play this role. So he just signed on without ever getting a script. He was just like had confidence in the project.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, we've seen it so many times. A good director and a good actor can turn around a bad script. Like, fucking look at Venom, for example. Like the fact that Tom Hardy's performance is still good in that movie is a testament. Like, but I mean, the movie is water trash. But I know that you're like, well, no, I love to hate it and I hate to love it. It's basically like the two extremes there. But like, fucking Bohemian Rhapsody, man. It was just like,
oh, but the worst is like the general audience loved it. I was with, they were like singing along and clapping along and shit. I was like, it's working. Don't buy into the scheme.
Thank you. It's like they're doing this just for a fucking cash grab because everyone, honestly, no matter what genre of music you like, everybody likes Queen. Like, so 100%
they showed up.
Yeah, and
not
then
my father. My father does not like Queen for some reason.
Really?
I have no idea why. He just does not.
He doesn't jam out to fucking Bohemian Rhapsody? Like, he's not a fan?
No, he's just not a fan.
Really?
Yeah, he never gives a reason. He's just like, yeah, I don't like Queen. I'm like, okay, Dad, sure.
Like, so what does he like?
What music does he like? He likes fucking like Sting, old school. He likes good music, but he's just not a fan of Queen.
Oh, so he's not into the whole like theatrical rock kind of thing. He's like more into like the easy, smooth hack.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Classical rock.
Yeah. Well, I do like Sting. I mean, like he's good, but I got a soft spot for like "Don't Stop Me Now" and shit, and Bohemian Rhapsody. Those are jams.
They had such like a handle on emotion, those songs, and that's why that movie is making money, is because you feel emotional when you listen to those songs. But it has absolutely nothing to do with anything in that movie, besides like Malik's spot on performance and the score. I mean, the soundtrack. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah, exactly. It just felt so bland and so empty. It's like, honestly, I wouldn't call it a terrible film because like it's a film, but
it's like competent, but it's so I don't know. It's so cynical to me. That's the mentality behind it's just a sell, and that's all movies. But this one, you could see they weren't aiming for any kind of artistic statement.
100%. It's like, honestly, like if they went into like, like for example, they could have done a very similar thing with like the Steve Jobs movie that fucking Danny Boyle made.
Oh,
like,
I love that movie.
Yeah,
dude.
me
Top
too.
10.
But they focus on a really interesting aspect before 3 product launches for Apple, and basically you learn all about this guy's biography in those 3 moments of his life. And like,
yeah, it's great.
Even though you don't like learn everything about him, you get enough detail in a really creative way. If it is something like that, where it's like before Live Aid, for example, like their massive concert that Queen did, like that, which is like, I think it's arguably like I think it was like one of the best live performances of all time.
I think everyone thinks it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's fantastic, but like,
but in the movie they don't even have anything before that. They do. They have his parents. It's like the most stereotypical like happy ending. His parents accept him for being gay. He shows up with the boyfriend that they had one scene with the whole movie. And I was like, okay.
That too. It's like so if they actually did that like in the later years of his life when he became more open about his sexuality, that would have actually been a really interesting story because they explored a part of him that like everyone knows about but not everyone like knows about, Dude,
I wanted more like that idea of that relationship he has. I forget her name, but that relationship that Freddie Mercury had, where he like loves her but not sexually.
Yeah, for sure.
like that's so compelling. And Rami Malek was acting super well, but like where the fuck was the writing for that? Like that's interesting. You know, I don't care about like smash cutting to the next Queen hit. I want to know if you're making a movie.
No, I agree, because it's like, you know, you can watch like, you know, a compilation video or like a Nerdwriter video essay with like some cool editing and shit with music, but like if you're watching a film, you want it to actually have like some gravitas to it.
And it was so weird because they have I think his name's Dexter. Well, I don't know, whoever the director came in to fill the spot. I forget his name.
I forget his name too.
Yeah, but he's doing Rocket Man too. Have you seen
that one, John? Yeah,
with the guy from
Baron
Kingsman,
Edgerton, right? Yeah.
Wait, is that his name?
Baron Edgerton, I think his name is.
That's the kid. Taron Egerton's the guy.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is.
But yeah, the director who finished Bohemian Rhapsody, it was so weird because I can't tell you. It's not like the Snyder cut. I mean, it's not like the fucking Whedon cut and the Snyder cut, where you can tell that, oh, that's Joss Whedon, oh, that's Zack Snyder. It's weird because could you tell there were two different directors at all?
It was bland all the way through. And honestly, I think they cut it like that, where it's like they wanted the smoothest like transition possible, which is fine, but like
the most easygoing, like gonna appeal to the mass audiences movie I've seen in years.
Yeah, you need something to bring the, like, you know, this is gonna sound so pretentious, so please, like, you know, don't think I am, because you know me. But like,
no, I won't.
Like, you need something to keep the people that enjoy film like in their seats, as opposed to just the fucking music. Because it's like,
you can do both. You can definitely like hit the general audience mark and, you know, film fan marks. But
yeah, because I mean, there have been so many good films about like tortured artists and like, you know, really interesting ideas that are put forth. Like fucking
Steve Jobs is a great one.
Well, Steve Jobs is a great movie. We already brought up that one. There's another musician one that I was thinking of, but I completely forget it now. But you know what I mean, where it's like there's so many more creative ways where you could do that, where it didn't have to feel like it was just VH1 just sped up for, you know, 2.5 hours.
Dude, it was like they need to come out with a good Freddie Mercury movie directed by Danny Boyle, because they had that Ashton Kutcher Jobs movie.
Oh my god!
Before they made Steve Jobs, this is like the Ashton Kutcher
completing the trend.
Yeah, they need to make another one.
Walk the Line. That's what. Walk the Line. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that.
I've never seen it.
You ever seen Walk the Line?
No, I'm a fucking
dude.
fraud.
That movie is fucking awesome, man.
I need to watch it.
Joaquin's performance is fantastic in that.
I want to watch the Joaquin movie.
So someone commented in the chat, Lone Chemist HiTop Films 2036. I guess we're running for president now.
Let's do it. I'm out of this. I'm leaving. I'm going to fucking Vancouver to be on the CW. I'll see you guys later.
I'm going to fucking Australia, man. That place is they call Australia the closest you can get to hell without actually going there.
And that's where you want to go.
Not like in a bad way. Hell, it's like
hot.
like it's so different and so hot. I've been there before, but like it's you know, it's a pretty sweet place. I went there for 4 weeks at the end of my freshman year of college.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, my brother was studying abroad in Sydney, and it was just the most nuts vacation. It was so cool. Like just the whole culture in that is so accepting. Like, it's like I was in my hotel, and like obviously if you see people like standing by the elevators of their hotel, you don't talk to them if you're in America. And
but there they talk.
A guy comes, give me daps. He's like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" And he's probably drunk.
That's cool.
And he was probably drunk, to be honest with you.
Dude, I live in Pittsburgh, and I swear to fucking God, like no one says anything to anyone when you walk down the street. It's like people are mean and rude here. But like my buddy who played Robin in our movie, he's in California right now, where I'm moving out. I'm moving in with him come July.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, that's the plan right now. Unless shit just goes whack, that's the plan, to make the Cali move. But
congratulations, man. That's awesome.
He says people fucking buy him groceries there. Like he'll be in Trader Joe's and people will just be like, "Oh, hey," and he'll be like, "Hey," they're like, "Oh, you're young to be here," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm 19, aspiring actor." They're like, "Oh, well, let me buy you fucking groceries." And I was like, the coast difference from fucking Pittsburgh to California.
That's lit. That's so lit.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I think we have like some New York rubs off on us in Pittsburgh, where everyone's like a dick.
Yeah, I will say the Midwest is pretty nice for people too. Like in Chicago. So when I was coming out here to interview for graduate schools, I was here with my dad, and we were just like getting lunch, and then we were walking to like, you know, I forget where, but like we were completely lost, and we were walking in downtown Evanston, and we walked past his diner. And a guy who was eating his food, like with looking out the window to the street, saw us like hopelessly lost. And he stopped his meal, came outside, and he's like, "Hey, are you guys lost?" Yeah.
That's so fucking nice, man.
It was so nice. I was like, you know,
I wish everyone was like that. I'd be less of an asshole if people were.
oh, for sure. I mean, like, honestly, like, we probably wouldn't need like a government or like any kind of laws if everyone's just that nice all the time.
Everyone's just nice, man. I want to go back to the hunter-gatherer ways of everything. I just want to go back to we have to trade. Like if you want something, we have to trade meats.
What would you trade though? Because like obviously you're not gonna like go butcher a cow, but like what would you offer?
What would
like
I trade?
a USB,
I would offer.
Yeah, a USB drive of 3 unfinished video essays you can like pedal off.
I would offer my bobblehead of fucking Matt Murdock. That's what I would do. And then they could be like, yeah, I'll give you $1 for that, and I'll be like, thank you.
No, I think it's worth more than $1 though. Like Matt Murdock thing.
And I don't know. My girlfriend got it for me for Christmas. I think it was probably like $20.
And it's priceless, man. It's priceless.
Yeah, I know. I would never. He watches me while I work. Keeps me safe.
Does he have some does he have the weird googly eyes? Let me see.
No, he has his sunglasses and
oh, I see.
It's Charlie Cox. So
oh, word. It has a red the badass red glasses.
Yeah, I want some of those.
Nice.
There we go.
I think if you cut your hair a little bit shorter, you could probably pull off the Matt Murdock thing for Halloween next year.
I went as a Daredevil. If I could fucking pull up if my costume, I have a prop bin of costumes in the back for just like various moves. I went as Daredevil. Not
really. Wait, you have like a carrot top like prop trunk.
Dude, I literally do. It's in that bin filled with just shit over in the corner. I have like the fucking. Hold on, let me grab it. I'm gonna grab. You can probably see it.
Yo, your girlfriend's in the chat and said, "Hell yeah, it's priceless."
Oh, nice. She's watching. Hey, Natalie, how's it going? I'm gonna grab this real quick. Hold on.
All right, go ahead. Natalie, I'm very sorry to steal your boyfriend for a few minutes, but it's for good cause. Yeah. All right, here we go.
I have the fucking Riddler cane that was from the unmade Robin sequel.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, the fucking spray painted Riddler cane that sort of resembles a question mark because we were going for the grounded approach.
Wait, is that? Oh, actually, yeah, it actually makes sense. It's like it's why it would like, okay, all right, cool.
It's like why it's somewhat a question mark.
I was gonna ask what old person you stole that from, but
No, I think I fucking got this on Amazon. I'm not sure. Amazon's like the filmmaker's fucking friend right now. All the props in the HiTop videos are from Amazon. That Jason mask in my Halloween video, that was Amazon.
Nice.
I want to see in the chat. Damn. Natalie said Bohemian Rhapsody was Garbaggio. Pittsburgh is rough. It is rough.
I'm from DC, the most arrogant city ever. Facts.
I've never been.
I've only been like twice.
Looks like a pogo stick. It is a pogo stick. Big oofs. Am I oofing right now? Am I the oof?
I think I'm the oof probably. I mean,
I'm okay with being the oof.
I'm slugging a tall boy in front of a 19-year-old, so I guess we've all grown on this stream.
I can't say anything about anything. I'm too young to admit anything on the internet.
I'm just waiting for the day I got a fucking drunk selfie from you. Be like, you corrupted me.
You corrupted me, man. Never tasted beer before I met you, man.
Yeah, and then like you have like dank spray painted across the shirt or some shit.
I'm gonna fucking Bobby Burns it, man. Do you know Bobby Burns?
I know Bobby Burns.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Dude, he reviews weed on Instagram now. I'm not joking.
No shit.
Dude, swear to God, nasty boy. His like alter ego, he reviews weed in California on Instagram.
Like just like strains and like smokability and shit?
Dude, yeah. That's what he does on live videos. I swear to God. I'm not joking.
It's so dank.
It literally is so dank.
You're right. It's almost. I think it's almost too dank.
Too dank.
A little bit.
We should fucking call me High as Fuck Films when I'll start reviewing.
High as Fuck Films.
When I start reviewing weed on Instagram. When I tank. When I move out to California and I just change completely. Stop talking about film and then I'll become a rapper. Called High as Fuck Films. That'll be that.
And to get damaged across your forehead, it's a tattoo.
Yeah, no, I'm already pale as hell right now with this lighting. So,
dude, on my podcast, on the secret podcast that I host, Matt, the main host, he had this really compelling piece of fan fiction where the Joker is the way he is in Suicide Squad because the Joker is a failed white rapper.
Yeah, he's like fucking Little Dicky.
Little Dicky, but then he fell in a vat of acid and tragically made him more white. So he doubled down on the whole charade.
It's damaged right across the forehead. Dude, David Ayer admitted it's pretty cool. I respect him for this. He was like, maybe the damaged tattoo was too far. And I was like, good for you.
I saw that. Because honestly, it's like, okay, first of all, I would argue all the tattoos are fucking overkill because like, you know, the point of the Joker is he doesn't think about anything. He just like he exists as a force of nature, and like he doesn't give a fuck that he's mentally damaged. He would never like go and buy a tattoo or have someone do a pen and tattoo. And so like he has ha 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 all over his arms, and like he is the bat symbol with like a skull in it. Like he would never do that. And then honestly, I can forgive all those, but he's a damaged person, so how are we going to personify that?
Fucking convey that.
Put it on his fucking head? Like, who does that?
It's just weird because David Ayer's like a good filmmaker, man. When he's good, he's really good, and then when he's bad or like he just has a dud, it's a real big dud. Yeah, like Bright and like fucking Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Bright I thought had an interesting idea, but just the whole execution of it was pretty bad, to be honest with you. But
yeah. I didn't finish it, unfortunately. We tried to watch it, like my friends and I, and we couldn't get through it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was a fan of like some of the execution where it's like the makeup and the practical effects I liked. Like Joel Edgerton as the Goblin was pretty cool, but like the whole like the script. Okay, with a premise that cringy, you have to make the script a little bit less cringy. But like some of the dialogue, man, was like holy shit. Like that was really bad.
The Will Smith's character was so annoying. I remember that.
He plays the same character in. Okay, I like.
He's a YouTuber now, man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude, he has a YouTube channel, man.
Really?
You didn't know that? Yeah, dude, he just fucking like he posts on there. It's a real thing. I don't know if he like edits his own fucking videos. I doubt it, but like he has a YouTube channel.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
I had zero idea.
Yeah, well now you know.
And knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I wanted to ask you this. So, like, aside from Spider-Man 2, which I agree is the best superhero movie ever, what do you think comes in the same league as that?
Movie-wise or superhero movie-wise?
Well, superhero movie-wise, like for this conversation, for sure.
Kick-Ass, for sure.
I love Kick-Ass.
I fucking, it's so good. It's so good. I'm looking at my shelf. Mask of the Phantasm, the animated Batman movie.
Oh, yeah. Dude, like, we said on our first conversation, that is Detective Batman to a fucking
That's the perfect Batman. They're re-releasing that in theaters November 20th in the U.S. I don't know which theaters. It's like a Fathom event, so I'm pumped for that.
Oh, I'm going to that for sure, 100%.
Dude, I just bought the fucking animated series collector's set on Blu-ray. It looks so gorgeous. It's awesome. It's awesome. But what other movies come close? I'm a big fan of everything filmmaking-wise about the first Dawn of Superman. It's not like my quintessential Superman or anything. Like I do it differently, but like what that did tonally and the fact that the best scene in that movie is the fucking like the famous scene where he's like, Miss Lane, you shouldn't smoke. And then he looks in her fucking lungs and, you know, that whole like romantic they fly. Yeah. Like it's just so perfect and it's so charming and it's so like pure.
Yeah. That's up there. It's like that's like one of the more accurate renditions of the character where it's like, yeah, they do just a little bit. Like just enough originality, but they actually keep the character intact. Unlike Zack Snyder's abortion of a film. But
oh my god, everyone watching, look out for my Zack video coming Christmas. That's when I'm releasing.
Yeah, dude, you've waged war on Zack Snyder in the last couple weeks.
I have. I mean, not personally. Like, if I ever met the man, I would not be rude to him at all. I'd be like, oh, I respect what you do completely. I swear to God. I wouldn't be rude to him. I wouldn't be like, because I respect the fact that he's a filmmaker and that he gets to make movies. Like, that's awesome. He worked hard to get there for sure. But I'd just be like, I just have to disagree. I'd probably say that to him. I'd be like, I just have to disagree with how you view Batman, Superman, and just superheroes. I just have to disagree.
Yeah, man. I would be a little more mean than you, but
it's just like, what would you do? Would you just run up to him on the street and be like, hey, fuck you?
No. First of all, I would say thank you for making Watchmen one of my favorite graphic novel interpretations. Like, you know, I really like Watchmen, to be honest with you.
No, I
think it's actually quite good.
I don't love it, but I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, no, for sure. I mean, it's over long and it's grotesque, and like actually they do like, even though he kind of gets credit for like it's like a shot for shot remake of
but it's really different from the point of the movie. So different from the point of the book.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, some of the general points are intact where it's like, you know, like in order to progress humanity forward, like a lot of sacrifice had to be made, which that part was well realized. But like, yes, I agree that like the whole sentiment behind superhumans in that universe is not that well captured. And
my big issue with it is like in the book, when I read the book, I may have mentioned this on another podcast we did. In the book, I viewed Rorschach as like a parody character. And the movie is kind of played as like the badass hero. But in the book, I thought that more was kind of leaning towards Ozymandias is like the crazy, fucked up, heroic one. But in the movie, he's like a straight sociopath, which works. They both work as separate mediums. But I just thought that like the point of the movie, like if you watch the movie, I feel like Snyder's viewpoint is it's skewed to be like, oh, Rorschach is in the right for wanting to expose this injustice. But in the book, it's like, well, you know, we did need that giant alien space squid to unite everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a couple things that I did like with the changes to the characters. Like, I think that the giant space squid probably would have been very, very silly.
It wouldn't have worked on it. It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked at all.
Yeah. So that was one choice that he made was good. And like we talked about it before, like Zack Snyder actually does a decent job when you give him source material to adapt. Like, you know, like his 3 best movies, Dawn of the Dead, 300, and fucking Watchmen. Like they're all reimaginings of things that have been given to him, which is fine. Like,
yeah.
If he handles visuals and execution like that, like he's perfectly fine. But if he ever is going to make a story from scratch, he should probably get his head examined first. But
yeah, exactly. I'm going to run and do this live. I'm so sorry. I'm going to piss. I'll be right back.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll talk to people.
Cool. Answer questions on the chat.
All right. What do we got here, people? Let's see. The Joker is chaos incarnate. I agree with that. Into the Spider-Verse actually managed to do something new with the story. Many of the generic story goes like this. Hero came from a magical future civilization and can be abused. Hero must protect his place. Yeah, Powered. I definitely feel that for sure. I think that's a woke comparison for sure. Catwoman's a superhero movie. Fake news. Massive fake news. Kingpin or Miles' uncle? I don't know what that is. Jay Kamako, yes it is. At least not raised in Wyoming. Oh yeah, Ruben, I agree with that. Superhero movie with Drake Bell is the best superhero movie ever. That is fake news, let me tell you. X-Men should show on Netflix. Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. Yeah, like I feel like the X-Men series should, like, I know it's billed as an ensemble series, but like it's kind of I don't know, like they focus too much on only a couple characters, where like I feel like an ensemble cast would probably do better with that for sure. What are my thoughts on the MCU shows? I think that Daredevil is masterful. I think that the first season of JJ is masterful. Everything else is kind of cancer. No, I already said Daredevil.
Daredevil's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's so good. And then JJ season 1 was fantastic, but everything else is pretty much cancerous. I like the first half of the first season of Luke Cage.
I like Luke Cage season 1.
Yeah, me too.
I couldn't get through. I watched the Iron Fist episode of Luke Cage season 2 and it was pretty good, but the rest of the season I didn't watch.
Yeah. I didn't watch The Defenders, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't watch it.
Like, it was just like, after being thoroughly underwhelmed by fucking Iron Fist, I was just like, you know, I kind of lost touch with it.
Yeah, like, I couldn't watch Iron Fist. I didn't make it through. I made it through like the first episode, and then it was like, it ain't for me.
Dude, the fight scenes in that, holy crap!
Are they bad?
Like the choreography, the way it was staged, it literally felt like a 3-year-old had like a toy in like a
it
toy.
Was just like
it felt so overly rehearsed. It was not visceral like Daredevil was, or even JJ was. Like, it was just so like, bleh. Like it was such a bland show.
Daredevil is one of the best looking TV shows. Period. I think it's still in season.
It's season 1, episode 2 or 4 when like that continuous fight scene happened. I think it's episode 2, right?
Two.
Dude.
Yeah.
First of all, like the way it's filmed is fucking genius. One shot. Then they have different actors to come in, and
you haven't watched season 3 yet, man.
I haven't watched season 3 yet. No.
So you don't know about the big fight in that, do you?
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'll just tell you, it's like 15 minutes, no cuts. That's all I'm gonna say.
15. Holy shit.
And it's really no cuts too. It's not like fake to be no cuts like the second season 1.
Wow. I'm so pumped.
But
what I was saying, it's like, you know, you never really see superheroes get tired or like get like exhausted from fighting. And by having different actors come in like at different like, you know, doors, like in that whole one shot sequence, they were able to like map on exhaustion to like Matt Murdock, because he's not a superhero. He's a man with like heightened senses. So like he's obviously gonna get fucking tired if he's gonna beat up like 10 people at once.
Dude, I always see people, there's these like fucking haters on Twitter that are always like, why does Matt get beat up so much? Natalie, if you're watching this, my girlfriend always says, why does he get beat up so much? I'm like, that's the point of the show. Like the literal like motto of the show is like Murdoch's, you know, they can take a fucking hit, but they get back up. Yeah. And it's realistic. I love it. It's not like Batman where you can just, you know, clean a room in 10 seconds without like sweating.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as much as I love the Arkham games, I will say the meme where it's like you press triangle at the right time and then he flies across the room.
Yeah, and it's like he takes down 47 goons with machine guns without even flinching. Yeah, it's fun. It's gameplay fun.
Oh no, for sure. But I mean, I was talking about this also in the Secret Podcast. I don't know how we played action adventure games before Arkham Asylum.
Oh, dude, I don't know either, man. It's like you can see the basis of that. Did you ever play Spider-Man 2 on the PS2?
Dude, I love
that game. Okay, nice. But you can see you can see the beginning of the combat from Arkham in that game, kind of. Yeah. You know, you like slow down and you can counter. It's like not the same controls. Arkham just refined it. Yeah. Did you know that originally the Arkham thing was going to be like quick time shit? They described it originally like they programmed
like completely quick time.
Like Guitar Hero, where you press X at the right time to punch and shit. And then they built it off that, which is crazy that they realized that they could do the free flow shit. Those games are so good.
Oh, so good. Someone asked in the chat, should Watchmen get a remake movie or a TV show? I think a mini series would be better for the Watchmen.
They're doing one.
They're doing it for HBO. I think it's a better medium because you can actually flesh out each of the characters in its own episode and have them all like fight together and stuff instead of like only giving like, you know, a half-assed like interpretation of Silver Saber and stuff.
Dude, they just cast Jeremy Irons as old Ozymandias because apparently the show takes place 20 years after Watchmen.
Why do you call him Ozymandias? It's Ozymandias, bro.
And Ozymandias, I don't fucking know. I just said Ozymandias.
From a Greek person, let me tell you, it's Ozymandias.
I'm so sorry.
Just fucking with you.
I just thought it was funny that Jeremy Irons Alfred fucking is playing him. He's moved roles.
Yes, that's how it starts. It makes old men cruel.
Do you remember that trailer, that first trailer for Batman v Superman that everyone hyped?
Yeah, the teaser one where they didn't show anything, and then the third trailer they showed fucking everything. Yeah.
Dude, I went to have I told you the story that I went to that fucking trailer? They were screening that trailer at theaters. So I went to the trailer screening at a theater.
Wait. They're screening for the trailer.
For the trailer, yes. And Zach himself was like, oh, I'm glad you guys came out to check out the trailer. And they gave everyone free tickets to see it like a week early. So I saw it before the storm hit.
Oh, wow.
I saw it before the reviews came in.
How sad were you in that theater?
I was just confused. I would not shut up about it for weeks. I still haven't shut up about it. I was just confused. I was like, did that really just happen?
Dude, my main host in this podcast, Abdallah, he shits on me because I always bring it back to Snyder and Batman v Superman, like in all our conversations. Because it's like,
dude, that's what I do too. Ask my girlfriend. I talk about Zach more than like Zach keeps us together in the relationship. Just my conversations with Zach.
With every fight, you know, you should bring up Zack Snyder and like everything's like, you know, you know what? We both hate this guy. It's okay.
It's okay. Oh man, I haven't checked this chat in a minute. We got a lot.
Yeah.
Season 3 of Daredevil was masterful.
Yeah, I have to see it. I hear it's even better than season 1, which I thought was like hard to believe because season 1 is like perfect.
I would say that it's better written than season 1, which is like fucking shocking. But the gothic like neo noir look of season 1 with the bright colors, like that's kind of it's dialed down in season 3 in service of like more of a like grounded thriller look. But I love both seasons.
Yeah, if X-Men gets another show, then Magic should finally appear. Be also one of the main characters. I don't know much about Magic, to be honest with you. I'm not woke on the X-Men lore. I was more an Avengers fan back in the day and the Justice League fan. But I mean,
same man.
Yeah, continuous fight scene was nuts. Agree with Cyclops. Wolverine is overrated. I think that the performance of Hugh Jackman kind of warranted him being the protagonist. But yeah, Cyclops would be a more fascinating protagonist for sure. The Flash is great. The Flash in Justice League, because I'm gonna strongly disagree with you, my friend.
I think he's talking about the show. The first season of the show is fucking great.
So I haven't seen any of the CW shows. None.
It's so complicated to like convince people to watch those shows because they're very cheesy, they're very low budget, but when it works super fucking well. Like when they get the characters down, great. Like Flash season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Like I hear it's like it's I hear this from every single CW show like watcher. Like once you get past the camp, once you get past some of the cheesy dialogue, it is the most fun you'll have for 45 minutes watching TV.
That's pretty accurate. See, like I like the camp. I'm a Raimi boy, so of course I fucking love the camp. So like camp works for me. What doesn't work for me is like there has to be love triangles because it's, on the CW, which is just I don't blame anyone for that. That's just like the network they're on. They're trying to appeal to a certain type of person. But I recommend watching, early Arrow, early Flash.
I'll have to watch it. And one more question before we get into another thing. X-Men Legends Cyclops. That's
a game, I think.
Oh, X-Men Legends. Yeah, I remember playing that back on the PS2 back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you think Steven S. DeKnight?
He did Daredevil. He was the showrunner on the first season of Daredevil.
Oh, word. Yes, I think that anybody who has anything to do with like the Daredevil franchise should absolutely direct a DC film because they're much better than anybody in the DC universe right now.
James Wan, man, Aquaman's gonna be great. I'm calling it.
Yep. I don't know that we'll see about that.
I hope so. Did you see the fucking trailer? The new one?
Yeah, 8-minute one where he spoils fucking like a lot of shit.
The fact that they had that camera move, that like big one.
It was clever. I will say it was very clever.
I was like, it wasn't. Of course, it's like showy and like, look, I'm a quality filmmaker. But the fact that I can see tangible filmmaking in a superhero movie right now, and this like
DC,
in a DC movie too. Just like, and I like Infinity War. It's like good. I like it a lot, but I just feel like Winter Soldier's more a Russo brother movie than Infinity War. You can see like their style and shit. And I'm so craving to see, now that Gunn's gone, I'm so craving to see style in superhero movies of like a director. And that one shot was like so James Wan. I was like, yay.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about James Gunn a little bit. So I don't know if you saw my episode 12 with Abdallah, like my James Gunn rant that I did.
I'm a hack. I didn't watch it.
Sad. I texted you about it, but you didn't watch it. It's very sad.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so people in here who are obviously superhero nerds or just movie nerds like us, James Gunn has been axed by Marvel. And so, of course, the reason why this is because Mike Snowflake Cernovich basically dug up a bunch of like tweets way back from the day. Like I think the oldest one was 11 years ago, which is like fucking so stupid.
Back when he had like 2,000 followers on Twitter, and he wasn't James Gunn.
Yeah, and like the follower thing I think is irrelevant, but it's like basically like Disney fired him because like basically like they thought they couldn't in good faith keep him around because like you fire Roseanne for saying some racist shit, but then James Gunn says that stuff. So I'll give you my synopsis, my argument on the podcast with Abdallah. So I'm fully aware that the things he said are in poor taste. I mean, I tell offensive jokes, which you'll see in the Secret Podcast in like 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
I tell offensive jokes, but you have to understand that, like, number one, this is before he was associated with Marvel. Number two, this is like he was trying to be a fucking Twitter troll back in the day. Like he literally, I think he had in his bio, there's a screenshot where it's like he said like provocateur, like and like
trauma. Yeah.
Yeah.
He, like,
exactly.
made grotesque movies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then. But not even that. Like he's provoking a social reaction, which is why he was being a troll on fucking Twitter. Which is just like it's like that. That's part of the persona he was doing. And number three, like society was such a fucking different place back even 5 years ago, let alone 11 years ago, where it's like
I miss it.
Yeah, man. It's like people were too sensitive, man. But like you know what I mean? Where it's like people, I mean, like even white kids were like throwing around the N word, throwing around slurs for homosexuals or like developmentally disabled people and stuff. Like people,
When I was in grade school, it was like my grade school was the phase where everything that was stupid or silly was gay. So like,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
ball on the ground, that ball, that's gay, shit like that.
Yeah.
But like now, if you said that shit in middle school, you're out, you're done.
Yeah, and like I'm fully aware that like I mean there is positive and negatives about like the change in the PC culture, but for the most part, I think that most of it is well intentioned. Where it's like people understand what you can say and what you can't say in a public forum, like fucking Twitter. I was gonna say Tinder, not Twitter.
You can say whatever you want to say on Tinder,
which you'll see in the podcast in a couple weeks. But yeah, like and then like people equated that with Roseanne Barr, and I thought that was those are apples and oranges, because yes,
so different.
They're similar because like they're saying something and then like people misinterpret it or people have a visceral reaction to it. But James Gunn was, and this is the most important part. James Gunn was already vetted for these things when he first got hired by Marvel in 2012 to direct the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He already publicly and privately apologized to Disney for it, and they already knew about it. And the analogy that I gave to Abdallah was like, let's say I'm working for a big conglomerate and then I get a promotion, right? So like, they screen me and stuff and they say, oh, you tweeted this or posted on your Instagram. Like, you said some offensive shit. Like, what happened? And then I make a statement to the company and to the director saying, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I won't do it again. I was trying to be a Twitter troll, and it won't happen again. If then, 10 years later, I get promoted to an even bigger part of the company, they look at the same things that I've already apologized for, then they axe me. Like, that's the most hypocritical fucking thing.
It's just to cover their ass, man. And it's stupid just because like the Roseanne, people compare it to the Roseanne. She was employed currently, and she said that thing like
while she was on the air, like
while she was there working, under that, she was like a part of the company. She was a company woman then. Gunn never said any of those things while he was the company Gunn, ever.
Yeah. And like that's so shitty because like, and I said this also on the podcast, like James Gunn is the guy who you could argue made the slapsticky and campy style of Guardians of the Galaxy and ultimately the MCU like really mainstream. Like
he changed,
And more than that, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, okay, I'm a comic book dork. I like was not a fucking, early bloomer, as shall we say, in my childhood. I religiously worship comic book like heroes. I barely knew the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I knew who Rocket Raccoon was. That was it. That was literally it when it was and he made those characters his own. But he's doing Suicide Squad now, so that's fun.
Yeah, I know. So let's talk about that. So
dude, I think that's the most funny, hilarious thing because Jared Leto hates James Gunn. They have like the rivalry and the fact that like
do they really?
Yeah, dude, because Gunn was on, there's this long fucking chain of stories, man. Let me try and say this correctly because I don't want to spread misinformation. Gunn was like, he took like an Ambien pill to go to sleep, but he was doing a live stream, right? And one time he did a live stream and I think it was a while fucking back. And he just mentioned that like, oh, Jared Leto has to be like 15. I mean, girls have to be 15 for Jared Leto to fuck him now. And he said that publicly, right? Gunn. And that's fine because Jared Leto's like a creep. If you ever look up anything about him, he's like a fucking creep.
Yeah, I've heard some weird shit about him for sure.
And he's banned from Jimmy Kimmel. He's the one person banned from Jimmy Kimmel. He's like never allowed back on.
Wait, Leto is?
Or James Leto Gunn? Is. Leto, not James Gunn. Leto. So when Gunn got fired, Leto posted a thing that was like, like a picture of him going like waving with the peace sign, right?
And then they hire him for fucking Suicide Squad too?
And it's hilarious because
I didn't know that.
There's no way that James Gunn would ever work with Jared Leto. So if he directs Joker's not in that fucking movie or it's a different Joker, and I just think it's genius. I think that's karma coming back.
Oh, man. Well, honestly, man, like, even though, like, eradicating a Joker is shitty, if you're going to kill one of them, you got to kill the Jared Leto one.
Got to kill Leto.
Like, that one, honestly, I think I have a brain tumor after watching that.
Dude, I'm just so confused as to what, because he's a quality actor. Like,
all the creepy shit aside, like, you see him in fucking American Psycho and Dallas Buyers Club. Like, he's a great actor.
Mr. Nobody. I love
that's a great movie, too.
Yeah, that's like but yeah, I don't know, man. He just had the wrong. He's like, I don't know. His music. I'm like a 30 Seconds to Mars dude. Some of it, I like some of it.
This Is War is a great album. This Is War is a fantastic album, I will say.
Yeah, but I haven't liked his newer stuff. Is not like my cup of tea. Like
2013 and onward, they were shit. But like
yeah. But and then it's just he was bad in Blade Runner. He was weird in Blade Runner. He did like the same Joker thing where he overacted amongst like people who weren't. Who were playing it subtle. And
Yeah.
it's just weird that he went from like winning the Oscar and now like he's playing Morbius in fucking Sony's Venomverse.
We got to talk about the Venomverse real quick. But final point in the James Gunn thing. If I were a betting man, I think that the acquisition with Fox is probably like wrapping up like by now, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think the reason like why they haven't rehired him back yet is because like they're scared of the optics of like, you know, oh, you're associating yourself with this while we're getting this big company. Like, what are your morals as a company? I mean, as a person, I don't think that Disney's the morally best company to begin with because the whole thing with James Gunn. But
Yeah.
I think that if that acquisition is over, I think that they will probably hire him back because like I internally they got to know that they really fucked up because like
You would think.
like if they have to be the least self-aware company to fucking, you know, not
shit.
realize that.
The way I imagine it happening is like fucking Alan Horn's in his bed and he wakes up to like 50 messages like, what do you want to do about this? And then he reads the tweets and I don't think he has any context to the fact that Cernovich was the one who uncovered them or anything. He's just like, fire the bitch. You know, he just didn't do anything because it was so fucking quick. I remember seeing like the tweets.
Yeah,
and then
it was like immediate.
Then Gunn apologized and then he was fired. Like it was like less than 24 hours that all that shit happened.
Yeah.
But now he probably has the contract with DC where he can't make Marvel movies for however long if he's doing Suicide Squad.
Wow.
Because I feel like that's how it works. Because I remember Michael B. Jordan like had to do some shit to get out of fucking Fantastic Four to play Killmonger. You know, because he was a Fox superhero.
Oh, contracted with that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all weird like that.
Oh man, like I just really hope they get the shit together like, on both sides. To be honest, I mean, like Marvel's made better movies, obviously, and they have like some good stuff coming up. But
I'm calling it, man. I really think that the turn of the DC movie starts with Aquaman. I think that we'll get Aquaman, then we'll get Shazam. I think they'll both be. I think Aquaman, if it was purely James Wan and not because now the DCU's dead, but they were making Aquaman while like Snyder's vision was still intact. Of like what he wanted to do. So if it's more a James Wan movie and less like a DCEU movie,
yeah,
I think that'll be the first big one that audiences really respond to because it looks colorful, it looks fun.
Oh yeah.
And then we got Shazam, which is going to be a hit no matter what. Just the premise of that, I think it's going to be a box office hit. And then what's after that, Joker?
I think so, right?
Yeah, and I have no idea if that's going to be good. We've talked about that before. I hope it's good.
Yeah, like I think people kind of. Me included, I kind of freaked out with the whole character like mapping thing where like, yes, I get the point. Like he's supposed to be like, you know, a circus guy kind of flies off the fucking deep end, which is cool. But like, I just didn't like how the makeup looked, which is kind of like a facetious complaint. But I think they'll fix that once the screen tests have been like all done and stuff.
Shit.
I mean,
have you seen this?
Yeah. Say again.
Have you seen the set photos?
Of him in like the burlap coat and stuff. And like he's,
No, the ones where it's like what I'm worried about, and like I'm sure there's like Todd Phillips is a competent filmmaker. I'm sure he has a vision in mind and shit. But I'm just worried that they're gonna like make him a hero because so far all the set photos it says clown for mayor, bring down Thomas Wayne, and Thomas Wayne's this Donald Trumpian type. So I think they're making the Joker like a burn everything down liberal type of like protagonist who maybe starts off as like a noble-ish guy. And then they fuck him, which I'm worried about because the Joker is a fucking child-killing rapist in the comic books.
Yeah,
so
like that's the point. Like he doesn't have an internal set of morals. Like something sets him off, and he literally doesn't give a fuck about it. Like literally, like he finds humor in the most horrible situations. That's the whole point of him. Like he's not supposed to have an internal moral code.
So what I'm thinking is that he wants to take down Thomas Wayne for whatever reason, and then like people turn him into a hero, and that's like the point of the movies. He's a fucked up guy, but like these crazy people, idolize him. I feel like that's what they're doing because all these set photos literally say clown for mayor, clown for blah blah blah. He has like his goons on the train, but they're not like shooting anything. They're just like trying to take down the fucking fascist Thomas Wayne. Dude, I swear to God though, I will be so angry if at the end of that movie Joker kills Thomas Wayne because they just cast young Bruce Wayne. And I swear to God, if they do something with like the worst possible thing I could imagine, I'm calling it right now, document this, is that if they do some dumb shit where I was reading the actor descriptions, like 'cause when they were doing casting calls, they tried to get like Frances McDormand to play Joaquin Phoenix's the Joker's mom.
Yeah.
And she's obsessed with Thomas Wayne because they're ex-lovers. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like confirmed.
Yeah.
Now, if they fucking think about making the Joker Batman's fucking half brother, like he's the illegitimate child of Thomas Wayne.
Oh no,
that's a possibility, man. That is like from everything I've read and like all the leaks I've heard, like that's a fucking possibility. And I will be, unless they just pull off the good screenwriting chops and it makes sense, I will just be, it'll drive me nuts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, on one hand, like, I think that Scorsese as a producer is all like stated, like this is not connected to the DCEU, which is like,
it can be its own thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like they're just. It literally feels like it's just doing this movie just because they want to have. Oh, it's a Joker movie, so you're gonna go see the Joker. Yeah.
They know they'll make it like a fucking $1 billion at the box office, and they can make it cheap, and people will see it.
But it's like that just introduces so much like convoluted shit into this universe, which is already fucked up to begin with.
I just wanted them. They should have just made like a. I don't think. It's just they always try to bring Batman into things that Batman shouldn't be brought into. So if you're doing a Joker movie and you're not making Batman push him into the chemicals or like accidentally he falls in the chemicals and Batman's there, if you're not doing that, I don't think there's any point in even having Thomas Wayne in the story.
No, I agree.
Because like I am like a strong supporter in the Batman creates the Joker kind of element of the story. That's like so fascinating to me. Yeah. And like Nolan didn't do that. But that's fine because his Joker was phenomenal in its own thing. So I think it all depends on the writing. But I just hate when they connect things that don't need to be connected. Like, oh, you know what? The Joker killed his parents just because that's thematically, pays off somewhat in the movie. But as a comic fan, it's like, why?
Yeah, and like we I think this is the fourth or a millionth time we said this. Like, you can have different interpretations, but you have to earn them in the story that you're telling. You can't just like retcon it into other shit that might make sense. Like, you have to earn it in the tale that you're telling. And if you don't, it just feels jarring and stupid.
Like, Nolan's movies work because the Joker shows up and he gives multiple origin stories. So it's still very much he acts like the Joker. So it's not like, unless you're a nitpicky fan, you're not going to be like, oh, why isn't he bleached white? Why didn't Batman push him into Ace Chemicals? Like, if the story's good enough and like warrants the change, then it's fine.
No, I agree. You earn that shit. Yeah, man. DC is just fucking.
Every podcast we cry about DC. Let's talk about it.
It always fucking gets back to that, man. It sucks.
Because it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
All right, change topic. Something else, please.
Let's go Venomverse. Let's go Venomverse. But actually, let's look at the comments. I want to see some.
Oh yeah, here we go. All right, so
Wonder Woman 84 might be good. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks good to me. Alex, how do you feel about them bringing Steve Trevor back? If it works in the story, it'll work, but I bet it's probably a hallucination, even though they said it's not.
What if the movie is from Joker's twisted perception of reality? Yes, that's true, but it could that feels kind of just too Deus Ex Machina kind of thing, where like at the end, like, oh, it's all taking place in his mind, so it's all bullshit, but he's always been the Joker. That feels kind of shoehorned in. My
Joker pitch would be he's on a talk show the whole time and he's just telling multiple origin stories, and that's the whole movie.
Oh, and then like at the end of it, like, Johnny Carson's like, okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, and it's like this small little fucking indie movie, one room, like 3 actors. You do some flashback scenes, but it's just very much like a fucking indie movie with the Joker.
Yeah, and then once he walks to the studio, you realize it's all bullshit and stuff, which is like, that'd be pretty, yeah. And Powered Soldier, my boy there. How about no Joker standalone movie at all? I agree. It shouldn't be made, and if it is gonna be made, I want it to be like superb and like fantastic. Like, but unfortunately,
and everyone's like, oh, Joaquin signed on, it'll be great. But I'm like, Tom Hardy signed on to Venom, fully knowing that it was for money.
Yeah, exactly.
And Joaquin's very picky about his projects, but if he's gonna do a superhero thing, why not play the Joker?
Yeah. So
no matter, even if the movie's bad, he will be good.
Yeah, they're creating a standalone Joker movie because of the popularity of Dark Knight and the Suicide Jokers. Yeah, no, I mean, not the popularity of Suicide Joker. I feel like they're doing that to I guess, say sorry to the fans who they just spit in the face of.
At some point, what I don't get is okay, we're done with DC. I won't do it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back in circles. I know the point you're about to bring up, so let's just whatever. All right, Venomverse. First of all, can we just talk about how weird of a prospect this is?
The fact that they're making a Venomverse with Spider-Man characters without Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome. I'm so in for fucking, just imagine, man, Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson, Jared Leto, all in this like B movie style, like they're all fighting each other. This CG mess of fucking symbiotes, fucking vampires, living vampire symbiotes. Woody Harrelson with his like fucking, like fucking
Alex.
Wendy's hair and his what?
Alex, I think seeing Venom broke your brain.
No, dude, I'm in for it. I'm so in. I need it's like Venom is the equivalent of Transformers in my head, the Venom franchise.
Okay,
where they all range in quality from like that's pretty bad to like, oh my god, what the hell is this abomination? But no matter what, you get robots punching each other in the face. Like you have to turn your brain off. That's the Venom type of entertainment.
Sure. But I guess I'm still holding on to the sentiment of like I actually appreciate the characters like as they're written and stuff.
Yeah, but that's thrown out the window when it's fucking Venom.
Yeah, you've accepted that more than I have. But I guess I bring me there. I corrupted you with the word dank. You can corrupt me with the sentiment of Venom. We'll do, yeah.
Dude, did you see the Eminem music video? Please tell me you watched it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Dude, the fucking everyone becomes Eminem, like the symbiotes transferring and becomes Eminem. It's so great.
Dude, like that's a movie that belongs in the 90s.
I love it. That's why I love it. It's like it's so weird that movie got made. It's impressive that movie was released to like the fucking public and people like saw it.
Like Avi Arad. Like,
oh my guy, Avi. My
dude,
boy.
Like he was on top of the world after Spider-Man 2, and then he just like I think he literally broke his own brain like trying to make toys.
Trying to make Venom, trying to get Venom in there. It's so funny that like he was originally a part of Marvel Studios.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, he was like a producer on the first Iron Man, Incredible Hulk. But then as soon as they broke off and did their own thing, they were like, bye. Feige was like, get out of here.
Because he's a fucking hack, dude. Like he's such a hack. It's unreal.
He's literally like, I used to work at a film company, and there were tons of people when we made. I told you about the stupid fucking show we made on the real world. The real world. Yeah, the real teens. The real teens. Yeah, the stupid. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna trash talk it because the show's still on. People still make it. But when I worked there, there's 50 Avi Arads in every room. It's. God. I know exactly the type of people that are like, oh, we have to sell this for like. We have to do this because it'll sell well with old white people who want to buy this, like that's the sick mentality that's behind it. So I get where he's coming from. It's like a horrible mentality to have, but just imagine fucking being Mark Webb off 500 Days of Summer, which I love that movie. Come on.
Dude, one of the best romantic comedies ever.
Perfect. I love that movie. It's like a perfect film. And coming to do Spider-Man, and he probably would have done a good job, but then you have this guy being like, oh no, it needs to appeal to Twilight fans, it needs to appeal to the toys, it needs to appeal to blah blah blah. Literally, they're like, when the Sony emails leaked, you can find emails where Avi Arad was sending fucking shit to Amy Pascal like Spider-Man needs to use Snapchat in the next movie because kids like Snapchat. Like that's how old this man is. That's how like he's like, oh, the kids these days, they're using Snapchat. And
he honestly is like a cartoon character.
I know, it's hilarious. It's
like it's what you imagine, like a big exec who has no idea what the fuck he's doing, like the big belly sitting behind a chair, like you know what, kids like Instagram, so we're gonna try Instagram now.
Dude, what happens if I've always thought about this. This is a fun little thing we can chat about. What happens if if Jeff Johns reads my Red Hood script on Twitter? If I ever end up making movies, like real big budget movies, can I still trash talk filmmakers? Like, probably not.
Not in a vitriolic way.
Not like the Zach memes. I could do it for parody.
Yeah, for sure. And I think honestly, like you should like wear a mask probably when you're on those fucking things. Like you're using a To Catch a Predator like voice changer. Like, Zack Snyder's the worst filmmaker. Like some shit
of
like
all
that.
Time. Yeah. I think what I would do is I would say HiTop Films is a character that I created. And hide behind that art.
It's like a farce, no, for sure. Oh, someone asked you a question. John Early, I think he asked you a question in the chat.
Let me see. Was it the Wonder Woman question?
No, it was the most recent one.
Hey, Alex, do you want to know who would have made a better Venom in Spider-Man 3 than Edward Brock Jr., John Jameson, because Peter Parker stole his girl? That would have been interesting. That would have been fun if John Jameson from the second movie, the nicest fucking guy in the world that Mary Jane ditches for Peter Parker, she leaves him at the altar. If in the next movie he was Venom, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, kind of meta.
I would always wonder what the fuck was up with that. That's like my one complaint with Spider-Man 2 is John Jameson does nothing wrong in that movie.
And he gets fucked.
He's going to provide for this girl. He's a nice guy. Like, you see he's a nice guy. He genuinely loves her. And he just gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah, he gets shafted.
It just gets thrown aside.
Like, I'm trying to think of like a meme for that, because it's like, okay, like obviously like Peter's like the nice guy who sacrifices everything, but like John Jameson, like obviously he's not as great of a man as Peter, like sacrificing himself for everybody and stuff, but like he's still a pretty good guy.
But also I think it's funny. It's maybe the point Raimi's making is if she married John Jameson, her life would be 99% easier, safer, more secure money wise. Peter Parker is a broke fucker.
A superhero.
A superhero whose like life is threatened on the daily basis, you know, and
your life is threatened as a result because like you're associating yourself with the kid.
Yeah, but she ditches John Jameson, who's like the son of a successful newspaper
and he's
editor.
Is he an astronaut in the movie too?
He's an astronaut. He's an astronaut. So like he makes bank.
Yeah, so like you know, the guy who's gonna walk on fucking Uranus and shit, like you're gonna ditch him for Spider-Man,
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because, she's madly in love, because who doesn't love Toby?
Well, no, for sure. Yeah. But I will say, like, his bitch face in Spider-Man 3 made me want to kill myself. But other than that.
Well, he's like fucking, I have to do that for a Patreon video.
Like, well, no, not the dancing thing. I told you that I was making a shirt where it's like I was going to do like the 4 like dancing poses of like Evil Peter, and I was going to do hashtag Evil Peter did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Just his like meme faces.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing was like, I think it was like after, like Mary Jane like breaks up with him, or maybe it was before that. But like it's when he's like missing Uncle Ben, he's crying on his bed. His face is cocked back, like he's a double chin. He's crying.
Oh, that's from the first film. That's from the first movie.
No. It was a callback to it in the third movie. Like it was like after he talks to Aunt May and stuff, he's sitting back in his shitty ass shitbox apartment. And it's just like, and it's just like. I get it. You're supposed to have a sympathetic face, but it's like, God damn, man.
Like the people who critique Toby, I'm a big Toby guy, but I get it. I get it. Like you're saying, I get it too, because in the third one, you can tell like he didn't work out for the role. Like he's not fat by any means, but he didn't. In the first 2 movies, he's in good shape. This one, he was like kind of chilling the whole time. He gives some good, like when he talks to the Sandman at the end's a good moment. The stuff with Franco's good, but there's some times where it's just like, okay, he's like coasting through the performance.
Yeah. Now I will say, Harry did not try in that movie.
Oh, Franco in those movies is hilarious.
Did not.
He's like,
dude. Like my favorite part is like when she kissed me, strawberries. I was like, oh fuck.
Franco's having a blast. He's like high as fuck the whole time, just like goofing off on the set. I love it.
But the fucking when he's in the fucking bakery and he has the bite of the pie.
And he's like so good.
And with his mouth, oh god.
Dude, my favorite Franco memes in Spider-Man 2 when he fucking at the end when he has the knife. And he's going to kill Peter. And he's like, I'll look into the eyes of my father and his killer as he dies. And he's like, Pete, no, it can't be. And he like falls back. It's so funny.
Yeah, like what is it? A Shakespearean play? It can't be. Like
I know, it's weird because it switches to like Raimi does his tone switch to like Shakespearean style. But it's only with Franco. Because Toby's like acting his butt off, playing it super straight. And Franco's acting like he's in a play. It's great. It's just funny to me. I love Franco, man. Anything he's in.
All right. I've taken up a little too much of your time, but I want to close on this topic. I want 3 superheroes that have not been on the screen yet that you think would make an awesome like addition to either the Marvel or the DC universe.
Little plug right here. I'll get close to the mic. Red Hood would be a great. Jason Todd. I have a script. It's on. Go on Twitter. Retweet that. But
For the viewers watching this, his script is quite good.
You know the secrets, man. You gotta.
Yeah. Shh. I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but I was saying like the way you write the stage directions with the dialogue is very, very creative. So I think that like if Jeff doesn't have like a bunch of like fucking legal obligations to not read that, then I feel like I feel like anybody will be entertained by that for sure, and it's a very, very well written script for sure.
Thanks, man.
I have to suck your dick for a little bit there.
No, I appreciate it because I sent it to you because you have no obligation. Like you could tell me it's trash and I wouldn't be upset, because like I could ask my girlfriend and my dad and they'll say it's great all day, but that's not like I need someone to tell me that it's like trash or good who isn't like my fucking close
Yeah, and my head's like, it's not all the way up my ass. It's like maybe halfway. So I still have a little bit of light of day coming to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But 3 superheroes, I would say fucking Nightwing, which Robin's like been in TV shows and movies, but Nightwing as a film franchise, super untapped potential.
Yeah.
Let me think about this. Any of the Robins, I've always said that. Teen Titans, which they're doing a show, but that's movie potential too. I'm on my DC binge right now. What's a Marvel thing? They've done everything at Marvel though, right? Like they could Fantastic Four. If you get a guy like James Gunn to do FF, that'll be like a hit.
Yeah. So I was going to say Fantastic Four would be one of them. I think Moon Knight would be really cool.
Moon Knight should be in Daredevil, man. That's been my.
So I was saying, dude, like I don't think Moon Knight would work as it's too dark of a story for like one straightforward cinematic narrative, but if they made like an awesome Daredevil-esque Netflix like series of Moon Knight, it would be like awesome. Like that would be fucking incredible.
I'm in.
So
Moon Knight's for sure.
Yeah, FF for sure. Moon Knight, and then trying to think.
We both need a really good last one. I'm gonna look at my fucking posters and shelf to get inspiration. Oh man, what would be a good one that's like not? I got one.
Right,
Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. We said it in the first podcast too.
Yeah.
Like Terry would be sick.
Oh, that would just make so much money because you can get the sci-fi audience, you can get the high schooler audience, you can get the fucking Batman audience.
Yeah, and not only that, it would be a perfect way to segue out fucking Batfleck. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's my final one. Batman Beyond. Make it happen.
Honestly, like I think a character that I don't think gets enough day in the sun because he's kind of bland the way he's like played in the animated stuff. I think Martian Manhunter is pretty cool.
Fuck yes, dude. Yeah. You just hit my heart. I love Martian Manhunter
because like sometimes like in the wrong interpretations he's played like so deadpan, but he actually is a pretty complex character. Like I actually really like the way like he's written the comics and stuff.
I love that Justice League at the end of the first episode because they kind of get, like you said, he kind of becomes like one note eventually in the show. But the Justice League animated show, the first episode where the parallel between both being like last sons of a planet. Yeah, you know, like Martian Manhunter, Clark Kent. It's just great. You could do great stuff with him. But you know who hates him?
Who?
David Goyer has openly said he fucking hates Martian Manhunter. So
okay, this is the thing that I really why is David Goyer still employed?
Just because he makes scripts that sell movies, I guess. But I don't want to trash talk him completely, but because I want to stay positive. Let's end on a positive note. But I am with you.
Real quick. Has he written? So first of all, who wrote the Dark Knight script aside from him?
No, he didn't write anything.
That's what I thought. Okay, perfect. Yeah,
he wrote Batman Begins, which you can tell if you watch Batman Begins.
Yeah, it's a bit clunky. Yeah,
like the dialogue's very like speechy. Every line of dialogue's like an exposition drop, and it works because Nolan's like fucking fantastic director. Yeah. But he wrote Blade, which I like the first Blade a lot. He wrote Blade 1 and then he wrote Blade 2 with Del Toro, which I like Blade 2. He directed Blade Trinity, is the only movie he directed, and it's like one of the worst directed movies of all time.
Ryan Reynolds though is fucking smoking that movie for sure.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds is my fucking like your guy crush is fucking Bradley Cooper. Mine's Ryan Reynolds. Fucking love RR.
Oh. Dude, he's great in that movie. He's like the best thing about that movie.
Oh, for sure. He's funny. All right, but you go on with your you were saying Blade Trinity, and then what?
Then Nolan was looking for a guy who knew superheroes. And so the only big, they could have got like Sam Raimi but he wanted a screenwriter and I guess like who did an origin movie. So he went to Goyer and then Goyer wrote Batman Begins. Then Chris Nolan worked on the script with him for Batman Begins. And then I think Goyer wrote like story treatments for Dark Knight and Rises, but I don't think he wrote the script because it just says Jonathan and Chris as screenplay by.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. But yeah, man, fun conversation as always. We've
nice.
We covered some good stuff, new stuff, but also we circle back to the bread and butter that me and you shit on together. So
well, hey man, once it gets good, if Aquaman's good, then we'll be like, hey DC, let's go.
Oh no, for sure. Like if Aquaman is good, I will do a 3-hour podcast with you, like praising like how Aquaman on my knees. Yeah, which I hope it happens.
That's what. Yeah. Johnny and I, we want these movies to be good. That's why we're angry about it. Like we want them to be fantastic because the character potential is fantastic. Yeah. None of it's mean-spirited per se. It's all because we love the characters. That's why.
Yeah, true. But I mean, being mean is fun sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I'm switching my image to be nice guy HiTop now. No, I'm fucking kidding. wait for my Titans video. You'll see.
But yeah, so anybody in the stream, check out HiTop Films on Twitter at HiTop Films, and it's youtube.com/HiTop Films, right? Or do you have a dedicated URL for that?
It's youtube.com/HiTop Films channel. I believe I made that back in the day.
All right, add channel with that. I like being wow. Gamer 1999. I like being mean. It makes me happy. That was a great Spider-Man 3 reference.
Oh, that's my boy, dude. That's my boy Josh. Hey, Josh, how you doing, man? He's all like, I know he's like my best friend.
Yo, Josh, thank you for stopping by the stream. Like, if you could smash that subscribe button, I appreciate it. But
yeah, drop the like, Josh.
Oh yeah, drop that motherfucking thumbs up. But yeah, man, thanks a lot for a fun conversation. And obviously, if you weren't sickened by my dank memes, love to have you back on again sometime soon.
Yeah, no, I'll be back on. I'll be on the Secret Podcast Monday, November 19th, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, Secret Podcast Monday, the 19th at I think around 6:30 Eastern time. Alex will be joining me and my other memers to talk about films and dank memes, of course.
I want that to be HiTop Films Exposed. I want you guys to ask the hard questions I blush over. I've been waiting for that.
So you've already knocked, and now you're finally gonna let the devil in, right?
Let the devil in, of course.
All right, and with that, we're gonna be out of here. But thanks a lot for listening, and thanks Alex for coming on. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
Peace.